Lego games. You love them and I love them. Nothing beats coming home on a Friday night to hop on your favourite Lego game. Running round collecting studs to fill up that true Jedi bar and button mashing your way through the cantina. So that raises the topic, what will the combat be like in this new Lego game? Hello there guys, and today we're going to be focusing on the combat in the upcoming LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga and how it is going to be vastly different from any other combat you have seen in any LEGO game. So if you do go to enjoy the video, feel free to drop a subscribe. I do daily LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga content on the channel, and please drop a like if you do go to enjoy this video. Anyway, let's look at this combat in the Skywalker Saga. So let's go and channel our inner Jedi and let's go and dive into how the gameplay combat will work. As you all know, the new trailer we got the other day, that was absolutely fantastic. It showed us how lightsaber combat will work, and overall I have to say I am very impressed. So let's begin with looking at obviously the new trailer that we got. Now the shot I want to focus on very particularly is the shot where Anakin Skywalker is in the Geonosis arena. Now this isn't exactly lightsaber combat, but you see him use the Force mechanic. As you see, the player uses the Force to thrust away the battle droid and the super battle droid, and it looks amazing how they fall apart and overall looks stunning. So this brings us a part of the combat aspect. So a main part of the entire combat in this game will be priority focused on the Force. So for many years LEGO games have followed the same aspect. When you swing your lightsaber, you simply click the same button over and over again. So for example, if you're on Xbox you will click X to simply whack, and if you're on PS you will literally click square, and it has always been the same reason for the combat in every LEGO game. Now this makes me wonder, what button will you have to press to use the Force in this game, and I think I have figured out how it will work. So when the player, obviously Anakin, uses the Force in the Geonosis arena, I believe to use the Force in this game it will be used by the right trigger. Now in many LEGO games you don't really use the right trigger all too often, and this makes a perfect way to play through the game. I believe to whack with your lightsaber will still be the way it has been for many years to come, and I believe to simply use the Force it will be done by the right trigger. Now, one of the main reasons for combat in this game, you will be optional to use light and heavy attacks whilst in combat. So light attacks will be very fast and heavy attacks are a more charged up attack. So that again made me wonder, what will you be using to obviously use heavy attacks? And I believe it will be simply the normal attack button. So say on Xbox you're using X or square on PS4, when you keep clicking that button you will simply do a light attack. But if you hold this button down, I believe that will be when you use your heavy attack. Now one final thing I want to point on, and we didn't really see this a lot in the trailer, but it has been in past LEGO games, using block on your lightsaber to block blaster effects and other lightsabers. I believe the block button in this LEGO game will be the left trigger, so this will be very similar to Battlefront 2. Like I said, if the right trigger is used for the Force, you can easily use the left trigger to block and use X or square to attack. That's what I personally believe. But now we're going to move on to the very fun part of the combat, where the clashes engage, and you see this a lot in the trailer. So in the trailer you see numerous clashes between foes. You primarily see it between Obi-Wan and Anakin at the start of the trailer, and you also see it between Rey and Kylo in episode 9. So these clashes look absolutely incredible, and I believe these will be engaged in most boss fights. So when you get up close to your opponent using light attacks, I believe it will simply be like a cutscene where it will just initiate randomly and you will maybe have to spam a button like a quick time event, and these clashes look stunning, and I cannot wait for to actually get in the game and see these, especially between Vader and Luke, Anakin and Obi-Wan. I cannot wait, and they just proper bring the boss fights alive. Unlike past LEGO games where the villain simply jumps around all over the place, running around, it's going to be a lot better because actually they get up in your face and you will feel like you're actually doing a duel. And something wicked you may have missed out in the trailer, when Obi-Wan is dueling General Grievous, it seems that the camera has locked upon General Grievous. Now, if you do not know what I mean by this, in many games where it is primarily based upon combat, you can click down on your trigger and it will lock you onto that enemy. So whenever you attack, you will purposely swing at that enemy and not swing all over the place. And I noticed this in the trailer, and I wonder if it will be the same in LEGO Star Wars, where you click down on one of your triggers to lock onto the enemy you want to hit. I just thought that were really cool because of the way Obi-Wan walks around Grievous. It looks like the camera is locked upon him, unless it has been like very similar to DC supervillains where you engage in a boss fight and it automatically locks your camera to engage with the villain. It may be similar to that, but nevertheless we'll just have to wait and find out. Now that is pretty much it for combat. As I said, the combat with lightsabers, you will be simply using light and heavy attacks. You will be able to block and use the force whenever you want. You will also be able to pick up objects, force push, and overall it's going to be a blast to play. Now something you may be thinking of is how will blaster heroes work? I'm sure many of you guys have already played shooters by now. It will be working like many shooters, these LEGO games. It will not be like back in the day where you spam a button and you literally continuously fire. Now you will have to actually aim down sights and be precise where you shoot your enemy. Different parts of the enemy's body do different amounts of damage, so it's going to put a little bit of skill into the LEGO game, and overall I'm so excited for this feature. And that basically wraps it up for all combat. So if you did go to find this video helpful, and if you did go to enjoy, please do drop a like and show me some support, and do feel free to subscribe because I do daily LEGO Star Wars content at the same time every day, so do not miss out on that. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.